All right, so, okay, let me ask you this. Do you think that we should defund or continue to pour more resources into the police department?
Definitely don't agree with defunding the police because, like I was just saying, women and children will be affected the most, and the elderly. They're going to be robbed and stolen from, and the crime rate is just going to be out of control if we don't have police. But at the same time, they do need to be well funded so that they can have more training, more criteria, better criteria. I don't believe that you should just have a free for all. We should just hire all these random people to police us. That's horrible. No, we need well trained, well qualified people who, have really good programs and really high standards so that they can actually serve and protect the people, not become an enemy of the people. So I think that funding them is a better option because these people saying defund the police, they're paying for private security. They have bodyguards.
Mm-hmm.
They have armed security. They want to take away our police and our guns, which is kind of the communist manifesto for every communist country. They take away the people's guns and their police. They weaponize the police against the people, and then the people are all at their will, at their mercy. And we're not going to allow that in this country. We're not going to allow our police to be weaponized against us or for our gun rights to be taken away because it puts us in a very dangerous situation. So no, I don't believe in defunding the police at all. I think that police definitely need higher qualifications. They don't need to be our enemy. They don't need to be attacking us and things like that. They need to be trained to protect us because that's what we hire them for. That's what our tax dollars are paying them for. They need to work for us, not treat us like we're their property or whatever has been happening.
And you feel like that's due to lack of training and due to lack of resources that are poured into the department?
Yes. It's just like they're hiring any and everybody because of lack of resources. I think that they need better vehicles. They need better standards. They need better uniforms. They need a whole police academy to train people so that they are prideful about their job and they're doing the right thing. There needs to be some criteria and reform when it comes to police. But defunding them and not, imagine if, women and children can't call the police and anyone for help when something bad's happening to them. Especially when all these illegal immigrants are pouring into our country. There's so much gang activity and bad things happening. Imagine not being able to call anyone for help.
Oh, okay. Now that you said that, I can see how that can tie full circle with you saying the illegal immigrants, according to Stacey Abrams, according to what Kemp is saying, not Stacey, according to what Kemp is saying, that she doesn't mind the illegal immigrants not becoming full citizens before they're able to vote. And then, according to him again, he says that she supports defunding the police, so now they're defunded, so they have lack of resources and don't know how to properly police us, and we're dealing with a bunch of illegal immigrants who are at the same time voting. So I can see how,
it's a powder keg.
due to the, I'm going to say narrative, because I'm not going to say any of it is true, I'm going to say alleged narrative, that right there could be a snowball effect if it's the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I get a little bit more insight on that part. Okay, so you feel like that the long stint of African American deaths at the hands of the police have to do with the lack of training and the lack of resources in the department?
I do, and I believe that that number is low of, police actually murdering Black people. It doesn't happen as often as people make it seem. People make it seem like it happens hundreds and thousands of times. It happened 20, 25 times, which is a lot, but it's not enough that we need to defund police. And a lot of times when it happens, unfortunately, it's you're actually getting in a fight with the police or resisting arrest, and it's just everyone's overreacting. But I'm not one of those people that are just against Black people or always talking down on Black people. I love our people, but I really think we need to do better when it comes to the way we treat each other. I think that the murder rate, I know for a fact, is very, very high amongst our own community, our own people, and that needs to change, because then the police won't be so involved in our lives if we are actually taking better care of ourselves and each other. You know, the police won't be so involved in our lives. If men were, you know, making sure that our communities were safe, the police wouldn't need to be there. You know?
Right.
So
I get what you're saying.
it's a process.
Yeah.
But that to me is a more serious issue rather than like police. Like, I don't have a lot of issues with police. I see them all the time. I'm like, hey, am I going in the right direction? Excuse me, sir. You know, I just talk to them like normal people. I'm not afraid of police. I don't raise my child to be afraid of police. You know, I'm like, hey, go ask that cop if we can park here or something, you know, just so he gets a taste of like asking police questions and just treating them like normal people. I don't want him to feel like, oh God, if a police is here, then I'm in danger, you know. But at the same time, we do need better police officers, and that is going to take money. It's not going to take defunding them. The more you defund them, the worse police officers will have.
I see what you're saying. I get it. Okay. That I see the perspective on that.